Morning, everyone. Today, in the Gospel of John, we hear about Jesus healing the sick man at a pool called Bethesda. There are many illnesses reported in this passage, such as blindness and physical disabilities. And there is also a belief that an angel stirs the water from time to time, leading to healing for those who are placed in it. But there's also Jesus there somewhere in the crowd. But some of us are blind, as they were blind too, and they could not see where Jesus was leading them. Some are paralyzed and lame. They can see, but they have difficulty in following the path that Jesus is pointing them to. We can place ourselves there too, blind or paralyzed. During this Lenten season, let us hear Jesus asking the question he puts to the man: "Do you want to be made well?" Jesus wastes no time. He says to the man, "Stand up, take your mat, and walk." The man is immediately cured and walks away. Again, we have in the words of Jesus the intimation of new life, resurrected life. And Jesus is the source. He says, "I am the resurrection and the life," he says in John 11:25. It is at this point that the so-called legalists show up. After leaving, the man is challenged for carrying his sleeping mat on a Sabbath day. Now, in the context of that time, people were supposed to observe the day as the Sabbath as a holy day, and they were not allowed to work. So carrying a mat meant that a man was doing some work. He carried a burden. Men were supposed to be free of their burdens, and they were supposed to worship God. So they were very critical about this man carrying his mat. And how petty can one get? But we have situations even today in our church where these petty situations arise. Is the priest wearing the right color vestments? Who is dressed inappropriately? All these conversations start up during this Lenten season. Who is doing what and why and when and how and things like that. It is so easy to lose our sense of proportion. For some of us are so hung up on the liturgical structure, the rubric, so to speak, and they miss out the real spirit of the celebration of the Mass. In the Gospel, of course, we hear Jesus who challenges these mindsets of legalistic mindsets, and he proposes healing and restoration into new life. He heals the man, and he asks him, as he meets him somewhere again after he is healed, Jesus tells him, "Look, you are well now, sin no more." Now, Jesus is not implying that the man was unwell because he was a sinner, but he is trying to emphasize that we need a spiritual wholeness besides a physical wholeness. So, as we progress in our Lenten journey, let us seek this spiritual wholeness and not just this physical wholeness. Let us ask Jesus to bring us into new life. In the remaining part of Lent, pray that He will restore our spiritual dryness so that we just don't seek signs and wonders all the time, but truly look at the path that Jesus is pointing us to. God bless and have a great day ahead.